In the previous recording I performed an Ableton 10 live set. Now I would like to show you what's going on behind the scenes, so let's get into it. So here we are in the session view with 4 channels, 4 groups. Each group represents the main elements of a dance track. I have here my drums, sounds and effects, lead and bass. Let's see what's here in this drum group. I have here my kick samples, snares, rhythm and percussion, shaker and hats. I can introduce the different parts of this group by using the group launch buttons. I use here only samples because I want to go light on CPU wherever I can. On the group itself I have only a high pass filter which is controlled by this simple knob, and I also use the A-send which has a reverb, some redux, ping pong delay, overdrive, so it's getting the sound out in space and it sounds like this. For mixing this drum group in and out, I use the sends and this filter. In this group I have basically fill sounds and some sounds which make the whole set more interesting. For example, I have here the echoes. Next one is a screech sound and also melody. Melody plays nicely together with the lead sound. The sounds and effects group basically helps to build tension and make it easier to introduce new elements. For example, my main element here in this session, the lead sound. By only launching clips, playing a live set would be a bit boring, so here I have this controller to make things more interesting. For example, on this echo sound I have a ring modulation with, a ring modulation. In a live set, a small change can make a lot of difference, so with only a frequency shifter, I'm pretty happy. In the lead group, I have this wavetable lead sound with a mapping on the filter frequency and the oscillator 2 effect 2, which is, I don't know which one, but it sounds like this. I resample the lead sequence and that's my lead layer. Here I use some basic effects like phaser, an EQ8 and echo, and it's a cool addition to the original sound because after some time the lead sequence can become boring, so then my lead layer can spice the sound up a bit. Together. Well, the last channel is bass. Bass is simply bass. It's a very basic FM bass. That's a lot of bass. It's based on it's a sine wave and a sawtooth waveform together. Also, when I change the filter cutoff frequency in operator, I also bring in the C oscillator, and it sounds like this. To make this bass sound more interesting during breakdowns and when I build tension, I used distortion and the frequency shifter on the D return. So by now we have here 4-channel control with sends and basic effects for mixing. Here I have a playground for pre-mapped parameters. These 2 knobs are mapped on a high-pass and low-pass filter on the master channel. Also, I have here some filter cutoff frequency control, stuff like that to play around with. But besides controlling parameters, I'm also launching clips with this module. Here my channels are color coded on these LEDs, and I can launch the various clips. The brightest LED represents the scene which is currently playing, and yeah, basically that's my live set. I launch clips, play with filters, and control some parameters. I'm introducing and removing elements from the mix. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and maybe subscribe. These were the Grid Modular MIDI controllers, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.